busy.
No.
The one job, please.
Okay, sure. I got it.
All right, let's go over this together, folks. Come on back. Come on back. Don't care how far you
Exactly.
got. You're doing
Exactly.
okay. Let's go over it together. And we've already seen this one, so we should be able to get through it quick. Let me chill the music here. Done finally on time. I love it. Congrats. Well done, everybody. So many dones. Good on y'all. All right, let's take a look at this together. Got a confession. I used the purple background. All right, please give it H1 some padding on 3 sides. So we know we can use the shortcut, right, where we can have the 4 individual sides for padding. So we can just go ahead and do padding. And we could just say, if we want it like, let's say 0 on the top, we could do 0 and then 20 pixels. Do 10 pixels and then 20 pixels. There we go. So what that would do is we would put 0 pixels on the top, 20 pixels on the right, 20 pixels on the right, 10 pixels on the bottom, and 20 pixels on the left. So now we have padding on all 3 sides, right? Except for the top. Cool. Margin on just one side. So let's go ahead and put margin on the top then. Remember, we could do the same thing. We could do like margin and then do a value for just giving one size. We can also do margin hyphen. Let's just put it on the top. And we can do, let's do 100 pixels on the top. Great. Now we have padding on one side, on 3 sides except for one. And we have margin only on one side. Love it. A light purple background with light blue lettering. What did y'all do for the background? Lavender for light purple. And then what did y'all do for light blue? Plum. Good one. We did sky blue last time. Let's stick to that. That was fun. Cool. All right, let's move on. We're going through this one a little bit fast because we've seen it before. If you're new, don't worry. We could go much slower the first round. You can always catch up with the VOD in the past classes on YouTube. All right, please give the H2 significant padding on the top and bottom. Cool. So let's go ahead and do our H2. And then we're going to do padding, but we're going to use the 2 values so that it repeats. So we'll do 50 px and then 0. And so what this will do is it'll do 50 on the top, 0 on the right, 50 on the bottom, and 0 on the left. Cool.
And it's right now.
A dark green border on the top and bottom.
I'm making a YouTube.
We can do border.
No, I have to.
Top. We can do like 3 pixels, solid.
I'm doing this for Baba.
Dark. Green. And we can kind of do the same thing for border bottom. Where you just do 3 pixels, solid, and then dark green again. Beautiful. Anyone figure out a shortcut for that? And then the last thing is an orange background. So let's just do background, orange.
Click the one that looks like this. Like this. And it's on right now. No, I didn't. Medium, are you on my stream?
Thank you, Trader Joe. Alrighty.
Are you on my stream? What?
Please give the section one thick blue border. All right, section, thick blue border. Let's do 10 pixels. Whoop, border. Let's do 10 pixels, solid blue. Let's give it a height of 300 pixels and a margin of 400 pixels or more on the top. So let's do margin top and let's do 401 pixels. Cool. So we gave it a thick blue border. We gave it a height of 300 pixels and a margin top of 400. Nice. Last one. Let's go ahead and have all the spans. Go ahead and do thin yellow borders. So we'll go ahead and do border. And we'll do 1 pixel solid yellow just to keep it thin. And then equal padding and margin on all sides. We can just use the shortcut where we write it once, right? Once, right? And so we'll just go ahead and say padding. And we'll say, I don't know, 10 pixels on all sides, right? And then margin will do the same. Let's just do margin, 10 pixels on all sides. And when you just have one, it repeats on all sides. Top, right, bottom, and left. Yeah. see how it looks. Let's see how it looks. Whew. Mama didn't raise no designer, but it satisfied the requirements, folks. Beautiful. I got a tear in my eye. Only a layout a mother would love. Exactly. There you go. Cool. Let's move on. Time for some layouts, folks. Time for some layouts. We have seen some layouts in the past. We've never done a full one with all the things that we've learned. And so we're going to do that tonight. We're going to see some real good layouts. For our layouts this week, we are using floats. Yes, that is right. The floats. The demons are back. Leon, why did you show us the magic last class? Why did you ruin it? Right? Why did you ruin it for us? Right? We saw the magic. 2 lines, no percentages, no weird hacks. It just worked. Why do you want me to go back? Yeah, the no flex zone. Exactly. No flex zone. Right now, we're all about floats. Can't tell you the number of one of my students that join a company and the first thing they get thrown into is floats. Floats are way harder to figure out. Floats are way harder to do layout with. So your first layouts, the layouts that I'm asking you to do tonight and the layouts I'm asking you to do for homework this weekend are all floats. No flex box, no grid. Roger, hey, thank you for your sub. Right? No floats. Sorry, all floats, no flex. This is a no flex zone. No flex. No, I gotta play the song. We'll get DMCA'd. Yeah. So all floats, no breaks. Exactly. Remember floats? Remember floats are fighting to get into a corner. If you float something to the left, it's trying to go up. My Apple Pencil keeps dying. If you try to float something to the left, it's going to go up as much as it can and to the right as much as it can, fighting to get in that corner. If you float it to the right, it's going to go up as much as you can and to the right as much as you can, trying to fight to get in that corner. And the beautiful thing, when you float a lot of elements, they wind up sitting next to each other. And so that's the hack of using floats for layout. All right. A warning. A warning. Tonight, I need you to dig deep. There's something that you might not know about yourself. We all possess something deep inside of us. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't. But we all have something inside of us. We all have a baddie inside of us. We all have the capability to be a baddie. Sometimes we turn it on, sometimes we don't. So what I need you all to do is to dig deep and find your inner baddie. All right? Because tonight, I'm going to write some bad code, folks. I'm going to write some terrible code. We're getting rid of the old saying, and we're embracing our inner baddie. And we're going to write some bad code. All right? So be a baddie, write bad code. Now, why do I ask my students to write bad code? Let me tell you. The biggest thing, the biggest barrier, like you talk about any barrier, the biggest barrier my students have faced in the 10 years of me doing this, right, is the idea of things needing to be perfect, the idea of things needing to be best practice, the idea of things needing to like look coherent. No, not tonight, not this week, maybe not even this month. This night, this month, we're embracing our inner baddie and we're writing bad code. Perfection is for closers. We want to get wins on the board. We want to get layouts on the page. We don't want to be that student that spends 3 hours on a header. Now, don't be that student. Be a baddie, write bad code, right? Dig deep. Every single cohort I've ever run, the biggest mistake folks make, right, is trying to get things pixel perfect right out the gate. They're spending an hour just trying to get something a little bit more to the right instead of to the left, instead of getting the whole layout done, right? No client, no manager wants to see your amazing header. You can't go to a client and say, hey, I got a header, but nothing else. You can go to a client. Oh, here's the whole layout. We got to clean some stuff up. We got to make the header a little bit better, but you can see the whole page is here, right? I just need the weekend. So be a baddie, write bad code. All right. And so just as a reminder, and just to, so I don't get as many Twitter messages as I know I'm about to get some Twitter messages. Guess what? Come here. I'm going to write bad code. I'm telling all my students to write bad code. And if you send me a Twitter message, here's your reply. Get in. Fuck you. That's all I got to say. That's it. I don't care. Get the fuck out. All right? Get out. Bye.
And we say bye-bye.
Right, get out. Got him. Exactly. Tonight's not about perfection. Tonight we embrace our inner baddie. We write bad code. I'm going to bring up just the reminder so that none of y'all forget. We're writing bad code. Here we go. It's a disclaimer. The disclaimer. And we're going to leave Tina up there too. There we go. Just so you know, I'm a baddie. I write bad code. That's it. Oh, that's my Twitter bio. Oh, I'm changing it. We're going to do it live. I'm a baddie and I write bad code. Watch me. All right. So let's write some bad code. We're going to embrace that this evening. All right. We're going to embrace it this evening. All right. First layout we're going to do is TechCrunch. When I look at TechCrunch, I see three quick things, and that's what I'm going to go with tonight. Tonight's about being quick. It's about being fearless. It's about being a baddie and not caring about the haters on Twitter. We just don't care. I'm going to leave you unread. You a hater, I ain't got time for you. I'm going to keep it moving. Keep sending me those DMs. Keep giving me the engagement. Thank you. You ain't getting a response. I'm a baddie. I write bad code. Hold on. All right, I just needed it. I needed it in my head. All right, here we go. I'm looking at this. This could be a lot of stuff, right? This could be, let's see. This could be a header. It could be a nav. I'm just going to say a nav for now. Screw it. I'm a baddie. I write bad code. All right. Got a nav. I'm going to call this a main. And then I'm going to throw this in an aside. And maybe the aside will have like a list, right? Maybe the aside will have like a list, but that's where I'm going to start. Bad Coders Club. I'm going to start with a nav, a main, and an aside. That's it. I'm writing bad code. I don't care. So in our starter code for today, we have these three spots for layouts. So I'm going to start with the layout 1, which is just the template. It has the viewport in it that we talked about last class. And I'm going to go ahead and use a nav. And then I'm going to have my main. And then I'm going to have my aside. A lot of y'all are asking, Leon, what about this? What about that? I don't care. I'm writing bad code. I'm trying to get a layout on the board. I'm trying to get some wins. I'm trying to get some W's. It just doesn't matter. It never matters. It just doesn't matter. Get some wins and then come back and nitpick. Is it main or section? It's a main. For now, I'm a baddie. I'm writing bad code. Look in the corner. I'm embracing my inner Tina. Come on now. All right, let's look inside of here. All right, we got like an image. We got like an anchor tag for the login. And we got maybe like a UL with a bunch of stuff in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Inside my nav, I'm going to have an image. And I was going to give it a placeholder for now. And I'm just going to say TechCrunch logo. And then in the main, we had like an anchor tag that was that login, right? Let's put a placeholder for now. I'm just going to say login. And then after that, it kind of just seemed like a list to me, like a list of a bunch of like anchor tags probably. And so we'll put a placeholder in. And then what was the first one? search, that might actually be a form, but we'll just say search for now. Startups, search startups videos. Search. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna put startups in here. And then I'm gonna put videos in here. Cool. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We'll come back to it later, right? Cool. Main is a thing. Yes, it is a tag. Yes, you can look up on the MDN if you don't know what main is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's like 9 of them. I'm just going to copy this 3 times. Well, copy it and paste it 2 more times. Boom, boom, whoop. So far. Boom. All right, so we got like 9 of them there. That's good enough for me. You're not coding along. You're watching, we're talking, we're discussing. Please don't frantically feel like you have to code along with this. No, this is too much. This is too much. Pay attention, ask good questions, and listen to the decisions I'm making here. Don't be like frantically trying to get down too much. I mean, hey, you're a baddie. Go ahead and do you. That's all I got to say. You know, don't let me get in your way. All right. So we got our nav. Let's look at our main here. What China's fintech market can teach the world. All right. So I'm going to go here. Main. That seems like, I don't know, we'll call that an H1. And so what China's fintech market can teach the world. The world. Beautiful. And then underneath that, there's like a paragraph. And I am not going to type out a full paragraph. So I'm going to use lorem ipsum, right? I'm going to use lorem ipsum. And so I'm just going to keep the first sentence from that lorem ipsum. So if you're in VS Code, all you got to do is type in lorem and hit tab, and it'll give you like this filler code, right? So lorem ipsum is just filler code that devs use when they don't want to type all this stuff out. When I'm doing my bad code, I like to keep some of the text there just so I don't have a lot of work when I go back, right? But that's what I'm using there. So I didn't type all that out really fast. I just used lorem and hit tab, and it gave me all the filler text. Cool. And then there's like a span with somebody's name. I'm going to say span and somebody's name. There you go. Beautiful. So that's we got our nav on the left, our main with all the stuff inside of it, and then our aside. And if we look at our aside, I'm going to actually say this is like a list, right? I'm going to say this is like a list. And I'm going to say it's like a list of maybe just like H2s or 3s and a span. That's what I'm going to do. In my aside, UL, and then each of those blocks are going to be LIs. And what's the first one? Who cares? I'm just going to put a sentence of lorem. There we go. And copy that lorem there. So inside each of those LIs, I'll probably put like an H2. It'll have that stuff in it. And then I think there's like a span after. And that span had somebody's name. Cool. And so then I'm just going to go ahead and take, there's 4 of them, so I'm just going to have 4 of the LIs. Beautiful. Fintech is financial technology. Cool. So we have our nav that had all the stuff there. Our main, which had all the stuff that was in the main area. And the aside, which was kind of like that sidebar with the 4 LIs inside of it. Cool. Let's pull up our CSS. And let's open this in the browser to see where we're at. All right. So right now, it's not too bad. Not too bad, right? Like the core is there. If we're following what, chat, this is not too bad. If we're following what, this isn't too wild. Progressive enhancement, right? If we're following progressive enhancement, like our HTML is the core thing here. People could come. They could come to this site. They could see they could get to the links they need to go to. They could find the main content. They could see our content that's in the aside. Like, it kind of works, but we're going to take a little bit further. We want to get that layout done. Right? So if we go back and look, this layout is really 3 columns, right? So I'm going to say the nav is what? 10%, and maybe like 50 for the main, and I don't know, 40 for the aside. So we can do like 10, 50, 40. Remember, this is a no flex zone. This is floats for tonight and this weekend. All right, let's go in here. Let's get into our layout area, and let's go ahead and say nav, main, and aside, and let's float them all to the left. And we're just going to start off the main, the nav being, I don't know, the 10%, right? So we'll just redo the main and the aside, but we'll keep the width of 10% on the nav, I mean. And we'll come down here to main, and we'll go ahead and give that a width of 50%. And then we'll come down to the aside, and we'll give that a width of 40%. Cool. I feel pretty comfortable with this to start. And let's go ahead and go back to our site and refresh. I mean, come on now. Come on now. I'm a baddie and I write bad code. That's all I got to say. Check out my Twitter profile. First try. And so this is what I'm talking about, right? That took us what? A couple minutes to get a decent layout, to get the core stuff here, right? Like, we could have spent an hour agonizing over just this nav here, right? But now at least you have the core layout. And do we have to go back and make lots of changes, do lots of things? Yes, but the core is here. We got through the block of getting just something on the board, right? We got a win. We got a W. We can go back and refactor, right? We can go back and refactor. But for starting out, this is what you want. Get rid of the fear, right? Get rid of the fear. Get rid of all the nagging things that are in the back of your head saying you have to write good code. No, we're baddies and we write bad code, right? The sooner you embrace that, the sooner you give up on perfection and you just try and write code of any shape or form, your world changes. Free yourself. Write bad code. And in the process of writing bad code, you'll find things that work. You'll find things that don't work. You'll find things that you want to change, that you might want to update, and you'll get better at it. But you have to start. Don't let perfection stop you from getting a dub on the board. This is a dub. This is what I'm talking about. This is a layout. The core bits are here. Yes, we have to play with sizes, heights, widths. We have to move stuff around, but the core is here. Get here first, right? Be Tina. Alrighty, next one. Khan Academy. All right, let's look at this. When I look at Khan Academy, chat, what do you say this is? What do we think that is, chat? It's a header. Yeah, it's a header. And probably like a nav, like you're saying, yeah, like a nav inside the header. And then that nav is probably like, I'm just going to say an anchor tag for now. Yes, I know it's a drop down, but I'm writing bad code. I'll probably say like an anchor tag there. Then definitely like a form. Maybe an H2. Because that could be a logo, but it could also just be text. I'm not sure if they have like their own font or something. So I'm just going to say an H2 for now. And then a UL LI's anchor tags that we kind of just saw in TechCrunch, right? And then when we look down here, this is probably like main. And then main's probably split up into two sections, right? And this section probably has like an image, and then this section has like an H1, a paragraph, and then I don't like writing buttons. I use anchor tags, so maybe like 4 anchor tags that are pretending to be buttons. And I think that would get us pretty much all the way to our simple Khan Academy site here. So that's what I'm going to try. Let's try that. I'm going to go to layout 2 that I have here and close this one out. Of course, you'll always get my solutions and things. Why do I hate buttons? Because they're weird. And I'm a baddie. I write bad code. I don't like buttons. We had some words. I don't like them, so I ain't going to use them. Alrighty. Let's do our header. Inside our header, we said that we had a nav. And then inside that nav, we said we had an anchor tag right off the rip here. And that was courses. I'm going to put the Octothorpe as a placeholder. All right. Just means that we don't have the link yet. And it's just going to be courses. Cool. After that, we had a form. And whoop. And that form will have an input in it. And that input will be typed text. Yeah, I'm fine with that for now. After the form, what do we have here? We had like our H2. H2. And I'm going to put Khan Academy. There we go. I spelled it right this time. Let's go. Win. Thank you, Leon. You're on fire tonight. Keep doing you. All right. So we got Khan Academy. And then we had like our list of links on the end. So UL, LI, anchor tag, but our placeholder of the Octothorpe, and then it was donate. And then what were the other two? Login, sign up. So let's just copy this. Login, sign up. Cool. Alrighty. Andy Art, thank you for the hydration. Cheers to you. All right. So that's our header. Let's see our header off the rip here. Let's see. Not bad. It's just not sitting across, right? Like it's readable. We just want everything sitting next to each other, right? Just want everything sitting next to each other. So let's go and write some CSS here. And we got our box sizing. That looks all good. Let's come up here. We already got our header. And so I want every single thing inside the header to sit next to each other. So I could just float everything that's inside the header. If we look, all of our stuff is technically inside the nav. So let's go do header, nav, and how could I select everything? I can just do asterisk. All right, I can just do an asterisk. And people are saying display inline block. We haven't talked that. We said floats only. This is a no flex zone. I'm just going to do what I know how to do, right? Even if maybe I didn't know about that stuff yet, right? Who cares? I'm writing bad code, folks. It's bad code. I'm going to do it how I know it, and it's going to look good. All right, let's go ahead and refresh. Not bad, right? Not bad. It's just not like there's no like space in between stuff, right? Like it's just in a up. So let's give everything some whiffs and maybe some margin so they're not sitting next to each other, right? Let's give everything a whiff. Maybe I could do like width 10%, and then let's do some margin. Let's do like 1% to bring it off the top. Let's do 0 for now, and then 5% in between. And this is just me spitballing, right? I have no idea if any of this will work. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I miss Flexbox so much right now. Exactly. That's why we're doing what we do. So we're doing what we do. All right, this is not completely wild. Like, it seems like our form is not taking up all the space. The form is all the space, but if we look, the input's only taking up, oh, because the input's at 10%, right? We said everything was 10%. And so the form's not taking up everything. Maybe if we did something funky, maybe if we did this real quick. Right? If we do that, right? If we do that, then it's just the top level stuff, right? It would be just the top level stuff. It would be like just the anchor tag, the form, the H2, and the UL would be that percent, right? It wouldn't go any deeper to apply that percent and stuff like that to the sub elements. So now we can see like the anchor tags are no longer sitting next to each other, right? But the form is like the full size now, right? Okay. Okay. So let's think about those forms, those LIs. Maybe we can target those LIs. Let's do nav. I'm gonna do direct, so I don't have to worry about anything like further down. Let's can we float them to the left? And can we get them like a certain size? Let's just float them first. Let's see if that does anything. Did nothing. All right, if we inspect. Not sitting next to each other. Maybe they don't have enough room though. Maybe they don't have enough room. Like, see how it's like taking up that full width? Maybe because they don't have a width, they can't sit next to each other. Right? Or right now we don't have enough specificity either, right? Look, we're saying header nav asterisk. We don't have enough specificity either. So if we did like header nav li, when we came back, cool. Now we know we at least have enough specificity. But let's try giving them a width. I'm curious. Let's do 33% because there's 3 of them. Oh no, bugged out. I don't know what that is. Cool. Why didn't it work? Why didn't it work? Tell me. Why is it not working? What would nav right caret li mean? Is that doable? Look at the index.html. ul li, right? So if it's a direct child, there exists no nav direct child li. They're all inside of the ul. That direct child just wouldn't work, right? That's actually working against us. We got to get rid of that direct child. There we go. There we go. Okay. Got him. Okay. Sitting next to each other, looking good. I don't like the dots though. How can I get rid of the dots? List style none. Let's try that. Cool. Boom. Dots are gone. I see the Yankee cards are working for a lot of y'all. Exactly, well, I see it too. All right. So why did I put list style none up here and not on the LIs? Where's that list style have to go? What does it have to go on? Yeah, it has to go on the UL. Has to go on the UL. All right, we got the header almost there. Like I feel pretty good with this header so far. I think most of our stuff is here. Let's go ahead and take a look. Like that's That's there. Come on now. That's there. Yeah, we got to add some height, maybe a little bit thickness, but it's the layouts. Like, it's almost like, come on now. You can't even tell the difference, folks. Look at that. Night and day, same thing. All right. Let's go ahead and let's finish up this layout, and then we'll take our break. Finish up with this layout, and we'll take our break. We have our main with 2 sections inside of it. And so if we have 2 sections, we want to sit next to each other. What should we do? We want the 2 sections to sit next to each other.
Last player standing.
Two dead.
What will
I
we
block
do?
you, Josh. I think I'm bad.
I think we should just go
Vote
next.
left and give them a width, right? 50%.
Charge and shoot. Easy enough.
Percent. Float left. Beautiful. That'll
Dude,
get
I'm
them
gonna
sitting next to
fucking
each other.
murder
And I'm just gonna
somebody
give them some
in-game.
height. I know that right now, like I wouldn't necessarily always do this, but I'm being
I'll
a
slide
baddie.
out window
I'm
so
gonna give them
it's
some height. I
Boy,
don't know,
tongue
600
out of
pixels.
force, guy.
Just so that the container opens up a little bit. I might put some borders on them. I'm not sure. All right, so we got that. If we look at our, let's just save that and open it real quick. Let's just see. Cool. Oh, we didn't even do did we even do the main yet? Let's see. Oh, we didn't do the main yet. So let's do the main. And then we're gonna have like a section and another section. And in this first section, we just have our image. What is it?
A US athlete
the
released a
image?
TikTok video raving about the beds in the Olympic Village in Beijing.
Kids
They
playing
come
on
with a remote
computers.
control that causes them
All
to
right, kids
change
playing
shape.
in computers.
But she left
And
everyone
all
with
I'm
a
gonna
question.
do
What is
is
the
I'm gonna just
zero G option?
Screenshot it.
I have something incredible to share.
I don't have the image,
Because not
so
only
I'm just going to
do we not have
screenshot it.
cardboard beds here, but it's as
Screenshotting is
if
different on
the
each
Beijing
computer that
organizing
you're on.
committee said,
On Macs, it's just
how can
Command
we
Shift.
just absolutely
or
just one up Tokyo?
Yoink.
And this is what they went with.
All right, I got that screenshot. I am going to take it from my desktop. It's on my desktop.
I don't
I'm gonna
know.
go Con, and I'm going to bring that.
Scientists use the phrase
Con
zero
image. I'm just
G
gonna
for beds
copy
with a
it,
specific shape
and
designed
I'm
to
gonna go
reduce
to
pressure
my-
on key parts of your body.
My class
The bed
folder
lifts
from
your upper
today.
body
I know
to
you're
a
not seeing this.
120-degree angle, and it angles your
But I
hips,
promise you
with
that's
the
what I'm
leg part
doing.
rising to about
I'm gonna go to
45
left two.
degrees. Humans are not
I'm just gonna
straight,
drop the
flat
photo
beings.
in.
We're angular, and this type of bed reflects the positions that astronauts find themselves
All right,
sleeping
so here's
in.
my layout 2
I'm in
folder.
zero G mode now.
What I'm
it's
going
phenomenal.
to do, I'll show it to
Athletes,
you.
have a great time.
You
Goodbye.
find it. I know it's a little tiny to see, but I have a con photo that I just screenshotted. I'm just gonna drag it into my layout 2 folder. Right? We're hacking NFTs, exactly. This is how you hack NFTs, right? So we dragged our con folder in here. So that means for our image, we can now use it. You can actually see the image right here now in my little tree view. I'm gonna call it con. And it's a PNG, so PNG because it was a screenshot, and it's kids learning. Would be the alt. Cool. We got our image, and then this other section had some text in it. What did the text say? For every student, every classroom, real results. So that's an H1. For every student, every classroom, real results. Boom. Okay. And underneath that was a paragraph and then some buttons. Let's go and do our paragraph. Let's do another lorem. Too much. I wish they could just like give us like, I want lorem half. There you go. We got our lorem. And then we have the anchor tags underneath of it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put I'm not even going to put them in a list. I'm just going to be a real baddie right now and just put in anchor tags. And I think it was like, what was it? Learners. Okay. And I'm just going to put 4 of them. That's it. That's it, folks. Dust it. We have our main 50% height floating left, so they should be sitting next to each other. Just take a look. Refresh. Not bad.
Can we skip to the good
Not
part?
bad, folks. Not bad. Tina would be proud indeed. Let's go ahead and tiny bit, and we'll take our break. Give it a, I don't know, width of 50%. Let's see. There we go. And I just want to bring it down just a little bit. I want to bring it down just a tad bit. And so let's go ahead. Let's say on the main, and let's be a little bit specific here. Section.
Match found.
H1. And the main section image. Let's go ahead and just give them a margin top of 200 pixels. Just to push them down a little bit. First try. Whenever I do this, I always think of it. I even queued it up. One of my favorite memes, spicy meme, OG meme. If you know this meme, we could be friends. Whenever I do this, I always reminds me of the, anybody ever see Leprechaun say, yeah? Anybody remember that meme? Yeah, I pulled it up already. Yeah, here we go. Everybody see Leprechaun say, yeah? That's what that reminds me of. This is a classic OG meme. Everybody see the Leprechaun say, yeah. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Right, come on, look at us go. Look where we were. This is 3 weeks in, folks. This is we're dipping our toes into the 4th week. Look at us go. Building layouts. Look at us being baddies, writing bad code. Let's go.
Match found.
That's what I'm talking about. TechCrunch, where you at? All right, folks. When we come back, we're gonna take a look at the BBC.
Wherever they
come
run,
on back.
I will find
5
them.
minutes on the clock. If you're new around here, like to be healthy. If you're able, please get up. If you're able, let your eyes focus on something else that's not your screen.
Lol, what a fucking noob.
I'll be getting my Tina twerk on off screen. Y'all want to see that? You know what you gotta do. 1,000,000 channel points. OnlyFans could be yours. All right, folks, take a break. Well deserved. And I will see you all here in 5 minutes. We're gonna move into the BBC.
Grim, have you considered embedding your bracer in your limb? I can do that, you know.
Killjoy, I say this with love, but stay the hell away from my arm.
I took a peek at the CSS while we're moving on.
Placing sentry.
Right here.
Turret out. Placing sentry.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Enemy spotted A.
Revealing area.
Enemy spotted A.
Spike down A.
Enemy down. Enemy's alarm bot out.
Enemy spotted. A. Here.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Got
One
three.
enemy remaining.
Level heads until we're home, yes? Good.
Here.
Turret out.
Last player standing.
I hear them scream.
Placing sentry. Quick peeks now.
Spike down A.
Calling my bot. Placing swarm grenade.
Enemy spotted A.
That's 3.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Alright, now. I'm moving through this at a pretty good clip.
Sure I can't listen
But what I hope
You're
you're
really bringing me
realizing
down here, man.
is that this is how I start all my projects. You'll think I'm joking, but this is how I start. Right? This is how I start. I make sure that I worry about getting most of the
Placing
things.
alarm bot.
I can
Placing
always
swarm
come
grenade.
back and make it better. Do not let
Reevaluate
perfection
tactics.
get in the way of you getting something started. No one will care. No one will
Turn
ever
out.
see this. It doesn't matter. Specifically when you're
Yeah.
starting out. You want it just
Open up the sky!
Placing swarm grenade.
Here.
and you carry stuff through each one. I switch between my layouts too. So like your homework is going to be in doing these, right? You're going to like do these
Right here.
on your own, right? And for me, sometimes I get hung up. And I'm like, I have no idea how I'm going to tackle this nav. So what I'll do is I'll move to something else, right? And then I'll come back, right?
Sage
Thank you
killed.
for the posture check. You're doing good today. Thank you. Get me in the right mindset, right? But I'll jump around too. Like if
Smoke's
I'm
down.
starting to bang
Reloading.
my head against the keyboard, it's probably time
planted.
to take a break. It's probably time to get up and diffuse, and maybe even might be time to move on to a different project, and then
Initiated.
Pomodoro.
One enemy remaining.
Don't just use Pomodoro for like studying. Use Pomodoro for your work as well, right? I say that the rule is
Oh, no,
Reloading.
you don't deserve my
if you're spending
emotions.
more than 20 minutes on something and you haven't gotten anywhere, it's time to move
This
on.
party's
It's time to
just
diffuse,
begun.
it's time to take a break, it's time to move on to something else, and then come back, right? But with these layouts, I need you to be a baddie, write bad code. It doesn't matter.
Placing
Get rid of this
sentry.
idea of pixel
Placing
perfect. Get rid of
alarm
this
bomb.
idea of perfection. That's going to
Placing
come
swamp
way
grenade.
later down the line. Because as you stumble through these layouts, right? As you stumble through these layouts, you're going to pick up little things each time. Wait, I didn't really understand how to like get space between stuff, right? Or I didn't really know how to push stuff down. But
Here.
you push yourself, you use the MDN, you ask for help. You ask for
Stim beacon
help. I loved when
Watching
we
this.
rated
Get out of my way.
on Tuesday. And the thing they said, that the biggest thing that they wish they had done differently, right, is ask for help. Now, be the person that says, nobody wants to look at your code.
Spike
Be the
down
person that
mid.
says, I have this very
Stim
specific
beacon here.
issue. How do I fix it?
Don't get in.
Here's
Jackass.
the screenshot. Here's the code. How do I do that thing, right? Don't post, can anybody look at my code? Nobody wants to look at your code.
Precision kill.
But people want to help you.
Right here.
Right? So if there's something
You
that
will
don't
not
understand,
kill
you
my
don't-
ally.
Here's
One
the code.
enemy remaining.
How do I break it down? How do I do it? People want to help with that. And the biggest thing early career engineers get wrong is they don't ask
Someone's in defender
questions.
spawn.
They give up in silence. That's the worst thing that could ever
30
happen.
seconds left.
Is you give up in silence. You say this is too tough. It's too mentally draining. I don't want to do it. And you just click out of everything. We never hear from you again. Go out with a bang. Go out with a I don't get what's going on. Don't give up. Be a baddie. Write bad code. Ask for help. Right? And the thing too is that I really needed to sink in is that you take the best engineer in the world and they've never